Good evening and welcome to EBTV's coverage of East Brunswick High School athletics. Tonight from J. Doyle Field, football against the Hawks of J.P. Stevens High School. Hi, I'm Ken Saroka, broadcasting all the action to you in high definition, by the way, as well. We are coming to you live from J. Doyle Field, or coming here from J. Doyle Field. Bears come into this game at 1-3 last week against the Cougars of Montgomery Township High School. Bears had opportunities, but let the game slip away in what seems like a rather lopsided score, but it was pretty close for about a quarter and a half. And Bears just, again, could not capitalize. But this is a chance to right that wrong and pick up a victory against an 0-5 J.P. Stevens team. This is a team that has given up at least 34 points in each of their 5 games and scores on the average of 1 touchdown per game. So the Bears, if they can put a solid effort on defense, get some decent offense, and don't squander the chances that they get for field position, should be able to post a victory here tonight from J. Doyle Field. And we'll be back with the opening kickoff in just a moment. And we are back here at J. Doyle Field. We'll have the captains come out for the coin toss. The Bears are in the home green with white pants, white numerals. The J.P. Stevens Hawks are all white with green numerals. And we'll get the captains to come out to midfield. We'll listen in on the coin toss.
All right, guys, shake hands, introduce yourselves. Guys, we want a good, clean game tonight, all right? Good sportsmanship at all times, all right? No taunting. If you have a problem with something that's going on out here, talk to your coach, talk to us. You know, we just want to play football and go home, okay? You're home, we're going to call you green. You're away, you're going to call you white. You're going to call a toss. This is head. This is tail, head. I'm going to let it hit the ground. Call it in the air nice and loud so everyone can hear. Call's a head, and it's a tail. Green, you want to toss. They want to receive. Which goal do you want to defend? Can you get allowed back to that goal? You guys can allow you back to this goal. Green is one to toss and elected to receive. All right, guys, shake hands again. Let's have a good, clean game.
All right, so the Bears won the toss, and instead of deferring, we'll take the opening kickoff. And they'll be operating right to left on your television screens. And we'll be back with the opening kickoff in just a moment. All right, back deep for the Bears. Deep safety is Romeo Diaz, number 2. Austin Percy is close sideline. And Matthew DeGuida is on the far sideline awaiting the kickoff here. As the Bears look for their second win of the season against the 0-5 Hawks of J.P. Stevens High School. Onside kick. And it was over the 10 yards and recovered by J.P. Stevens. Did go the 10 yards, and once it's past the 10 yards, either side can get it. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Hawks. Ball in the 44. Backfield behind. Oh, fumble on the snap. Looked like a Wildcat kind of play there. That was intended for Nyrek Griffin, but he bobbled it. Loss on the play of 5. It's a 2nd down and 15. So Bears looking for a good stop here. Nyrek Griffith in the shotgun formation. Snap. And that ball is on the ground, picked up. And they're going to say that it's like a Bear recovery and down by his knee. So the Bears will, with 1 minute gone here almost, will take over. 11:16 left here. And we'll take over on downs on the take over on the fumble recovery at the 40-yard line. 1st and 10. Broadcasting to you in high definition for the first time on football. The handoff inside, and now breaking it outside is, and Austin Percy had the outside, just got tripped up, but he'll be dropped at the 27. That'll bring up a first down. Clock will reset, now in motion. The clock on the screen, though, is unofficial. We're trying it out, the new technology. So it is unofficial. I'll keep a track on the scoreboard here. Inside handoff to 26 for the Bears. That's Noriano Smith. Noriano Smith will take it down to about the 20. So we'll call a pickup of 7, 2nd down and 3. 2nd and 3 for the Bears. Single setback. Now, looks like in motion. Zebro with the keeper. Going to get to the secondary. Will have enough for the first down and is brought down inside the 20, almost to the 10-yard line. Picks up another Bears first down. Noriano Smith in motion. Inside handoff with the keeper, and that's inside. Zach Zebro going to break it down into inside maybe the 5. Ball will be spotted just at the 5. So we'll call it 6-yard gain on the play, 2nd and 4. Bears can get a first down before getting the touchdown here. 2nd down and 4. Full house backfield behind Zebro. The handoff to Percy. Percy looking to bounce it inside, outside, carrying people through and scores on the 6-yard touchdown run. Austin Percy. And the Bears with 9:21 left in the first quarter score. Well, that was a good drive for the Bears. No negative plays, penalties, sacks, fumbles. Max Dresser will line up the extra point. And the chip shot is good. So again, our score with 9:21 left in this first quarter. Bears 7 and the Hawks no score. Hi, I'm Ken Saroka. We're looking at the broadcast here in high definition, and those of you who access these programs on EBTV on the on-demand menu, you're going to get to see this in high definition for the first time. We tried it out yesterday with the soccer game, and now we're here with the football game, trying out new graphics, new cameras, everything working here. Luckily, we had a nice weather day to do this. So we are here broadcasting to you from J. Doyle Field in HD. Makes that buying that HD TV all the more worthwhile. All right, Dresser's going to tee it up for the Bears. And a little scribber there is going to be picked up at the 25 by one of the up men. And a good return out to the 37. So the Hawks will have some decent field position, as that scribber didn't exactly take that bounce over the second line of the Hawks. So 37-yard line, the ball will be spotted. 1st and 10 from there. Chase Priester, number 4, is the quarterback, and the shotgun formation, Chase Priester. High snap, handoff, and breaking through and making some positive yardage out of that is Charles Dixoin. Dixoin got 4 yards, so 2nd down and 6. Again, the clock on your television screen is unofficial. We're trying to keep it as close as possible. Chase Priester. Oh, Bears look like they're going to bring the house. And the inside handoff and good defense in the Bears. Bears had a great defensive first quarter last week against Montgomery Cougars. They shut down the lead running back for the Cougars in that first quarter, anticipating well, getting penetration through and tackling for loss. And then all of a sudden, the big plays started happening, pass plays over the middle and runs, poor tackling, and the Bears go down to defeat. 3rd down, 6 yards here. Bears again showing blitz. High snap, and boom, and busting it up. Getting in there almost at the same time as the snap is Carlos Tapia, 68, for a loss. Ball will be spotted on the 32-yard line, so it'll bring up a 4th down and 15. 4th and 15. So the punt team comes on. And we do not have this young man's number in the program here. But Bears should get really good field position right around midfield. High snap, blooping. Kick is away. Line drive kick. And good pursuit there by the Hawks. And the Bears, though, will still have good field position on the 47-yard line. 7:03 left in this first quarter. Bears the second drive of the game. Recovered a fumble deep in the territory of the Hawks, and now will operate from their own 47. Zebro, man in motion, the pitch. Noriano looking to get around the outside, breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2 tackles, gets across midfield and is dropped around the 45-yard line. Noriano Smith is picking up there about 7 yards on the play. It'll bring up about a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. All right, they're going to spot it at the 46, so, well, 2nd and 3.5, let's call it that. Still positive yardage and no negative plays, no penalties. The handoff to Percy, Austin Percy, around the outside, dragging people with him. Gets it to the 43, 44. We'll see where the spot is. Looks like it's going to be short, maybe by 1 yard, so we'll call it 3rd down and 1. Possible 2-down territory here. But Bears, again, on the move. Full house backfield, handoff to Smith. Smith gets through the first line, but is tackled. They're going to say he's down first around the 41. Looked like he rolled over on top of a defender and then popped up, which I guess would still be legal. But it is enough for a 1st down, so the Bears will have a 1st and 10. 1st and 10. Clock restarts after the chain is removed. Wishbone backfield behind. Zebro pitches it. Again, it's Austin Percy around the outside. Has blockers in front of him. Can cut it through. Is going to cut it back. and gets it inside the 20 and is dropped at the 15-yard line. Gain of 26. Single setback this time behind Zebro. Smith in motion. Zebro's going to keep it himself, and he's going to fake everyone out and go into the end zone untouched from 15 yards out. Zach Zebro with a 15-yard run. Dressner will tee up the extra point. No wind this to speak of here at J. Doyle. It was a bit windy before the game. Chip shot. No good as he pulls it to the right. No good. So our score with 5:06 left in the first quarter is Bears 13. And the Hawks of J.P. Stevens High School no score. While we have this time, we'll let you know that this game is going to be rebroadcast. And it will also be on the on-demand network. Go to ebtv.org, click the video on-demand menu, and you can pull up not only all the East Brunswick High School athletics, but community programming, as well as municipal and school board meetings. And our thanks to EBTV, 35 years of covering East Brunswick High School athletics. The days of a single camera to HD TV. And streaming, too, occasionally. All right, Dresser's going to tee it up and kick it off from the 40. This time he drives it deep, but it looks like it might head out. No, it's actually going to bounce into the end zone for a touchback. That was looking like it was going to head down the sideline and out, but it bounced back in and went through the end zone for the touchback. So the Hawks will operate 1st and 10 from the 20. First possession ended in a fumble. Second possession in a punt after going backwards. So third possession here for the Hawks. Chase Priester is the quarterback. Man in motion. Blitz coming. Fumble. And just diving on it smartly. You try to pick that up, you kick it backwards even further, and you end up putting it in your own end zone. A loss of the play of 10 yards, so it's going to bring up a 2nd and 20. 2nd and 20. It ball's on the 10-yard line. Priester, the sophomore quarterback, 5'9", waits the snap, high snap, and Carlos Tapia has been basically in the backfield, living in the backfield. He almost got there when that ball arrived. Because of that high snap, Priester had to bring it down, and there's Carlos Tapia right in his face. So a loss on the play of 4. So this is going to be a 3rd down and 24. Okay, once again, in the shotgun formation. Handoff inside. And met right away and dropped at the 5-yard line. The Bears pushing backwards. Okay, it'll bring up a 4th down and 35. As that tackle occurred at about the 5-yard line. So deep, deep, deep in his end zone here. And I've seen many of football teams decide at this point where you're that far back with a punter who may or may not be able to deliver a good kick just to run it out the back of the end zone, take the safety and do the free kick. But nope, we got a punt underway. It's kind of a wobbler, line drive. Picked up and returned down the sideline. Matt DeGuida. And it'll put the Bears in great field position at about the 12-yard line with 2:41 left in the first quarter. Just a reminder, again, the clock on the screen is unofficial. We'd have to do some serious research to find when the last time the Bears put up 20 points or more in a quarter. DeGuida in the backfield behind Zebro. That's Percy in motion. A little bit of a misdirection there. And dropped for, well, maybe a 1-yard loss. Let's see where they spot it. They're going to spot the ball on the 12, so basically no gain on the play, 2nd and 10. Bears have yet to attempt a pass. Full house wishbone behind. Noriano Smith skating around, finds open space, cuts it back to the left side, and dances in from 12 yards out. So Austin Percy, Zach Zebro, and now Noriano Smith light the lamp here, hit the scoreboard with touchdown runs. Dressner will attempt the extra point. Last time he chipped it up too high and it just kind of drifted as the wind is starting to return now. Low snap, hold, but a good kick. And the Bears put 3 touchdowns on the board and their lead now 20-0. Bears have played some really close games this year. Their first game against Old Bridge, and yes, we are lamenting the fact that there is no more Thanksgiving Day rivalry games, but Bears lost 17-14. Defeat Monroe, lose to South Brunswick, just a much better team, and then last week's loss here at J. Doyle against the Cougars of Montgomery. The next home game here will be 2 weeks on the 25th here from J. Doyle Field. That's our homecoming week. Dressner, last time got the touchback. This time picked up at the 12-yard line, trying to bring it out here. Charles Dixon got it out. Good field position, 25-yard line, where the Hawks will start. Hawks have negative yardage right now through this point in the first quarter. Priester. Single setback offset on his side. Little mix up there on the handoff and drop for a big loss is Dixon. That snap being up there high. Now, Priester is listed at 5'9", and that snap is coming up there hot and high. So a loss of 5 on the play, 2nd down and 15. Priester's back really, it's like 7 yards deep when he gets that. Now he's looking to roll. slips and falls. Should be called down right there. And again, going backwards here, the Hawks. That play was slow to develop, and the offensive line let those Bear defenders through a little too quickly. Priester might have had a chance if something would have come open on this close sideline, but did not have the time. Screen passed. And breaking through and getting enough yardage for a first down. Looks like a change of quarterbacks. Jamal Singleton, number 1. And, yeah, 25-yard pickup on the play. Or as finally some time there. First and 10. 9 seconds left, so this probably would be the last play unless it's an incomplete pass. Singleton takes a snap, hands it off. And carrying it into Bears territory for a first down. And momentum now, suddenly the Bears put back on their heels as the Hawks dug themselves out of a hole and managed a first down as the clock has expired on this first quarter. With our score, East Brunswick 20, JP Stevens, no score. Give you a quick wrap up here, a quick look into the other East Brunswick High School athletics. Girls soccer team, Coach Kevin Brady, they're currently 10-2, and their next game would be tomorrow versus Edison at 10 a.m. Boys soccer, Coach Terry McKibben, they're 9-4-1. Their next game is at Steinert High School East at 5 p.m. So soccer teams underway here. Girls volleyball, currently 9-5. Coach Portera, their next game will be on Monday versus Monroe at 5:15 here at East Brunswick High School. All right, first and 10. Hawks now moving right to left in their white uniforms with green numerals. Hi, I'm Ken Saroka, broadcasting all the action to you here tonight from Jade Oil Field. High snap, brought down. Singleton's going to try to keep it himself. He'll get back maybe to the original line of scrimmage. Loss of 1, so it's second and 11 now. Jamal Singleton. Snap, keeper. And Singleton gets to about the 45 for a gain of 3, but it's still going to bring up a third down and 8. Third and 8. Singleton, a senior quarterback, defensive back. with one back offset, one wide receiver to the top of the screen. Timeout. And a timeout called by J.P. Stevens. That's their first timeout of the half. A little bit of confusion, a little bit of lateness getting the play in. So 10:33 on the clock. You see the defensive coordinator out there with the Bears. Trying to encourage the Bears again. After pushing the Hawks around for the first three drives, Hawks are making some progress here. And probably in two-down territory. There's no point in punting from this point. So the idea of trying to stop here and stop on fourth down and get the ball back and open the second quarter up. Single setback offset. Handoff, running wide on the sweep. And coming up with a big tackle there for the Bears. Number 8, Jay Bardis. Fourth down and 11. Fourth down and 11 for the Hawks. Hawks have one pass to play for completed for good gain of 25 plus yards. So they can dial something up here. Deep single setback, shotgun. Singleton throwing it deep. Picked off, knocked around, picked up by Bardis. Might have been better to not let that one hit the ground, and the Bears would have gotten better field position on that, but that's DeGuida, excuse me, come up with the interception. So the Bears will take over deep in their territory as had a man down there, just a matter of the defender getting some position there to knock it away. Okay, Zebro under center. Percy in motion. Fake. Looking downfield. Throwing. He has Devin Kennedy. Kennedy is rumbling, stumbling. One person to beat down that sideline. And gets knocked down at the 8-yard line. 56. About a 56-yard completion there to Devin Kennedy. Kennedy, who seriously has a foot, at least half a foot, if not more, height advantage on the DB, corralled it and headed down the sideline. Got a block downfield, but was able. The Hawks were able to find a defender to come by to knock Kennedy to the ground. So the ball's on the 8-yard line. First and goal. First and goal. Percy in motion. Zebro on the keeper. Hold on to the ball. And that late flag was across the sideline. You see it like coming in. Our referee he is mic'd up. Let's hear the call here again. If he tells us about it. We do have him mic'd up. Now he's going over to explain what happened to Coach Joe Riggi.
Personal foul, defense number 5, half the distance to the goal, still second down.
All right, so you heard it was a personal foul on Nyrek Griffith. And it looked like whoever was on that side, whether it was Kennedy or that, was motioning like there's a flag here somewhere. half the distance to the goal, second and goal, or first and goal, repeat. And carrying it in the end zone for the Bears, number 3, Derek Davis. So Davis with a short touchdown run from 3 yards out.
Looks like Davis punched that one into the end zone for another Bears score.
A little bit late there, guys, on the air horn. Dressner will tee it up for the extra point. The snap, the hold, the kick, and the kick is good. So the Bears up 27-0 here. There we go. A little extra shot of the air horn. Well, the one thing you can say about the Bears tonight, no negative plays, no penalties, no stupid penalties, no turnovers, and I don't want to jinx it, but no turnovers, no negative plays, fumbled snaps. Couple of defensive plays that could have been made to stop those big gains, but so far I think JP Stevens has 3 first downs, maybe 4, and that's out of all their drives. They've turned the ball over once on downs and twice on turnovers, or twice on turnovers, not once on downs. Dressner's line drive kick taken at the 5. And getting over to about the 23-yard line is Dixon, and he's brought out of bounds, taken out of bounds there. Hobbling off on the play, number 17, Zane Zoer. Yeah, he's running off. Shouldn't be running off. You'll notice that the teams are wearing pink tape or stock leggings and socks. That's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. October is the month designated for that. So all the fundraising activities and awareness activities throughout the nation geared toward eliminating this deadly disease. So it's 1st and 10 for the Hawks. Ball on the 23. Not fooled on the play was Devin Kennedy. And Singleton is a little closer in the shotgun. Priester was taking it from about 7 yards deep. Singleton is much closer, but still Kennedy blew through the line and disrupted that play for a loss of 4. So it's 2nd down and 14. About 8 minutes left to go in this first half. Bears up 27-0. Snap, the handoff. One of these times, a Bear is going to get that handoff because the Bears have really sniffed this offense out, and they're anticipating well, and they're getting through the front line. And that's not a small front line. I mean, there are some big bodies there, just the Bears are much quicker. And they showed that last week in the first quarter and a half or so against Montgomery, but kind of lost focus. So the loss on the play brings the ball back to the 15-yard line. They've got to get to the 33, so it's a 3rd down and 18. Man in motion. Snap, pitch. Looking to get around the outside. Bears, good job of stuffing that. Austin Percy came up. And Sean Ring also over there. Good opportunity for the Bears to use people that have perhaps not been playing much to get them some reps. especially the underclassmen here. So a 4th and 14, and it looks like the Hawks are going to go for it deep in their own territory. I guess they figured punting is not going to help them, so they'll try perhaps a long pass play. Work just as well as a punt if it's intercepted. Pooch punt. That was great, except it's going to go out of bounds. Oh, that was well played, but the ball is going to go out of bounds short of the 40. Be spotted on the 35, where the Bears will take over with 6:03 left in this first half. Again, our thanks to the EBTV technical crew. They come out a couple of hours before game time to set all this equipment up, and they'll be here a couple hours to take it all down. And they do 3 seasons of East Brunswick High School athletics. And they've been doing it for 35 years. I've had the fun of doing about 100 or so of these games over the years. I think this is probably my 20th season doing games. The pitch to Noriano Smith. Smith's trying to get around the right side. Gets a block by Percy. Smith's going to get outside. Gets a push and a shove out of bounds. And, yeah, a little late flag there, so we're going to – obviously we can see that, but that's going to tack on some yardage. A little bit of a frustration push there, and Smith almost ended up on the track. So let's listen in on our referee.
Personal foul on the defense, unnecessary roughness. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
So first down, a half the distance marked off from the spot of the foul. So the ball will probably be spotted somewhere around the 12 or 13 yard line. Now they're going to say, okay, so they're going to put it at about the 12 yard line, just inside the 12. So the Bears will take over 1st and 10. Zebro under center with DeGuida, Percy, and Smith as the wishbone backfield. The handoff to Noriano Smith off right side. This time getting stuffed for nominal gain, if anything. Nothing, maybe 1. We'll see where they spot forward progress. They're going to give him, they're going to give him 2 yards or so it'll be 2nd and 8 from the 10. 2nd and 8 from about the 10 yard line, about 5 minutes and 25 seconds left to go. The handoff pitch to Smith again. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Derek Davis, number 3, who scored the last Bears touchdown. So 6 on the play. Ball spotted just inside the 4. Bears can get a first down at the 2. So 3rd and 2. Single setback to Guida. Percy in motion, the quick handoff to Guida, and he's stuffed, and he's going to get dropped for a loss. So that'll bring up a 4th down. You're very close here. All right, they're going to give him no gain on the play, or basically, no gain basically, or maybe 1. That's a generous spot. 4th down. Again, Bears can get a first down without scoring. Percy in motion. Zebro will keep it. And he is in the end zone. Getting up a little slow, but he got across the end zone on that last twist from 3 yards out. Dressner will attempt the extra point. Low snap, recovered, and no good. That low snap, I guess, threw the timing off there a little bit. But 33-0 is our score with 3:52 left to go until halftime. Coach Andy Steinfeld got his first win as East Brunswick High School head coach. It's his first season. Got his win against Monroe. Monroe beat these Hawks by JP Stevens, putting up, I think, 55 points on them. So, and then we heard in the press box that the Old Bridge and Monroe played a close but tight game. Monroe lost 7-6. Missed an extra point. All right, Dressner will tee it off and drive the ball. One hop. Picked up inside the 5. Trying to get to the outside, sneaking around. And again, this has been a positive for the Hawks. They have been able to get themselves out of trouble here with good field position on returns. Charles Dixon had that one bounce up. He took it inside the 5 and got it out to about the 30. So good return there. It's one of the things Coach Joe Riggi of the Hawks must be happy with. All right, 1st and 10. Maul Singleton. The handoff. No, he's going to keep it. Going to try to take it right back through the middle. Gets maybe a yard. We'll see where they spot it. 2nd and 9. Second and 9, 3 minutes left. Deep in the shotgun is Singleton. Motioning his man around. Dropping back. Now looking to run with it. And brought down by, for the Bears, Matthew Diaz, number 53. You might hear over the PA system when the Bears make a play, they're announcing what elementary school they went to in town. For example, Diaz was a Frost grad. I don't have that list in front of me right now. So we have a 3rd down and 5. Again, the propensity here of the Hawks to go for it. So think of it as 2 down territory or pooch punt territory if they don't get this. Handoff on a sweep. A couple of yards, but still short of the 1st down. So a makeable 4th and 3. Carlos Tapia comes out, replaced by Johnny Font. Drop back. Looking, escapes the rush. Looking to throw, getting a block downfield. Will get enough yardage for the first down and is drilled out of bounds over the 40, at about the 45-yard line. I am told that in the truck there is a Frost, a Central, and an Irwin elementary grads doing the engineering work for the game. Sorry, guys, I'm a John Fitch graduate. That elementary school no longer exists in my old hometown. They consolidated old buildings and built some new ones. So 50 seconds left, and a first down and 10 for the Hawks on the 44-yard line. So the Hawks calmed down a lot from their early misfortunes. A little bit of confusion here. From the shotgun. And incomplete as they're looking for the fly pattern down the sideline. Quasir Cuevas guarded nicely by, I believe that was Derek Davis, keeping the inside position there, so there's no way that Cuevas could come up with that one. Second and 10. Dixon trying to get around the outside. We'll get it to about midfield, but inbounds, the clock is going to continue to run unless somebody takes a timeout or we have an injury on the play. We have a couple of Bears down. 67 getting up and hobbling there is Christian Richards. There's another Bear down on the turf. And looks like a cramp or a pulled muscle or something there. So we'll see who that is on the ground. That's Bardis, Jay Bardis. He gets up, looks okay. Maybe just kind of cramped up a little bit or strained a little bit. So and when the ball was put back in play, the clock will run out, and that will be the end of our first half. Bears score on 5 rushing touchdowns, missed 2 extra points, though, and that's why our score on the board is Bears 33 and Hawks of J.P. Stevens nothing. We'll be back with second half action right after this.
Here for our cheerleaders. Drum major, Ananya Chandra. Is the band ready? Performing their 2019 production entitled The Spark. Ladies and gentlemen, the East Brunswick rushing, Dan.
at Jade Oil Field, waiting the second half kickoff. I'm Ken Saroka, broadcasting all the action to you of our football game here against the Hawks of J.P. Stevens High School. Bears up 33-0, 5 rushing touchdowns. Now, the game started off crazily. Bears won the toss and were ready to receive, but an onside kick recovered by the Hawks of J.P. Stevens inside Bears territory. Everybody thought it was a fright here because Stevens is 0-5 coming into this game, but the momentum quickly faded as Stevens went backwards, fumbles, bad snaps, and good defensive plays by the Bears. And from there forward, it's been all Bears, with the exception of a couple of nice plays by Stevens to gain first downs. We have the first score was by Austin Percy, then Zach Zebro scored on a run, and then it was Dominic Smith, or sorry, not Dominic Smith, Noriano Smith, and then Derek Davis, which was set up on a nice pass play to I think it was that to Kennedy, and then Zebro again with a nice run. 2 missed extra points, but 33-0 our score. Bears looking for their second win of the season. Their first win came against Monroe. Monroe pasted JP, I think it was 55-14 last week, so a good win against Monroe. And Bears looking for their second victory. We've taken the 2-3. Now they're going to kick off to start the second half, as again they received the ball or were going to receive the ball in the first half. Bears no penalties, no plays for losses. So a really clean game here by the Bears, and a lot of good defensive plays, a lot of tackles for loss. And maybe J.P. Stevens has net 20-plus maybe yards to the positive, whereas the Bears have not yet punted. So we are set and ready to go here. Bears in the home green uniform, white numerals, white pants. J.P. Stevens, the Hawks in white pants, white shirts with green numerals. Bears will be kicking, and from the left to the right on your television screen, which is in high definition. The EBTV rolling out some new high definition equipment and programming here, so including the new graphic that you see on the top. Dressner will tee it off. He'll pop it up. Ball will bounce, and be picked up on one big hop. Decent starting position here for the Hawks at the 23, where they will take over 1st and 10. And they'll put it down at around the 23. 1st and 10. As they finally remove the kicking football. I think there's a specialty football here for kickers. Kamal Singleton in the shotgun with number 11, Charles Dixon. Waiting. Gives it to Dixon. Dixon to try to get around the outside. Picks up a few yards. Gets out to about the 27, 28-yard line. That'll make it a 2nd and 5. 2nd down and 5. Bears a great job anticipating the snap count and getting into the backfield in that first quarter. Set the tone early with now changing quarterback to Singleton. Singleton is up a lot closer. The previous quarterback was 7 yards deep and even more sometimes. So that was an easy opportunity for the Bears to sneak in. Singleton drops back. Looks like he's going to throw it downfield. That pass is, in and out of the hands of Austin Percy. Yeah, he had one, and it just bounced around right out of his hands. Because of the advanced lead here by the Bears, both teams have agreed to play a running clock. So even on the incompletions, the clock is running. The clock on your screen isn't official, but it's close. Dick Soin and tripped up in the backfield. Carlos Tapia's been living in the backfield. And again, tackled for a loss. It'll be 4th down, and it looks like it'll be around 4th and 10. Now, J.P. Stevens has gone for it, and they showed a normal offensive set, and Pooch punted it the last time. So if I were the Bears, I might drop somebody a little deep. If not, maybe you see again kind of a drop back quick and just heave it downfield. You'll have 2 wide receivers split to the top of the screen, 1 to the bottom. Man in the slot. Single setback, offset. Singleton rolling, chased down. Here's Tapia, gives him a knock, knocks him over as he throws. And a penalty now thrown on the field. And we'll see what the call is from referee Bill Vizzosi.
Sportsmanlike conduct on East Brunswick.
So Tapia might have said something on the way back as it was thrown in his general direction. Vizzossi's going to come in and talk to Andy Steinfeld about that. Now, you could have maybe thrown a late hit flag on that, but somebody must have said something on the way, but that's going to end up being a 15-yard penalty and a automatic 1st down here. As the clock did stop for the penalty. So it can be marched off. That was, it was a good play and a good pursuit there, and it could have been easily, Bears ball there as that would have turned the ball over on downs. But and when a game's like this, you don't want to let it get chippy. And I think maybe Coach, you saw on the bottom there, Coach Steinfeld talking to Carlos Tapia about that, maybe kind of reminding him about proper decorum or whoever did commit that. All right, so yeah, now the ruling is, we got up on the field here, that because that happened after the play was over, Bears will take over 1st and 10. Yeah, and with the penalty marched off as a result. So Zebro will bring the Bears out, wishbone backfield behind. That is Noriano Smith, who's going to take it inside, breaks around, looks for some room, gets inside the 20, and will take it all the way down to the 16-yard line. It'll be a 1st down for the Bears. Okay, that was the people in the press box here were talking about that, and that's the good explanation is, again, that was a dead ball foul after the play was over. So the result of the play was the Bears turnover on downs. Got a penalty flag down here on the far sideline, so we'll see what that is all about. Let's listen in.
Substitution penalty. You want to decline and take the play, right? Okay. Illegal substitution on the defense. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a 1st down.
That was a good explanation. Good explanation right there. Because that flag came in on the far sideline, so it would have to be either like an offside or something going on over there. And since the play came to the close sideline. Okay, play is now in motion. Percy on the inside handoff. Boom, stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Yeah, if anything there, maybe at a yard. And it looks like they're just going to say no gain. Ball back on the 16-yard line, 2nd and 10. Inside handoff that time. Noriano Smith takes it down inside the 10. We'll see where they spot it. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 3 as the ball spotted on the 9. Bears need to get to the 6 to get the 1st down. 9 yards would get them the touchdown. So 3rd down and 3. We're in 2-down territory here. Checking in as the fullback. The upback is Ethan Keefe, number 35 in front there. Lead blocker. And that's probably the first play for a loss. Derek Davis is going to get dropped at about maybe the 10-yard line. Fourth down and 6 as they spot the ball at 12. So that probably is the first play that has lost ground. All right, Zach Zebro's out. So looks like it's going to be Matthew DeGuida, the junior quarterback, number 9 under center. The pitch, looking for some room. And not getting there is Noriano Smith, who only gets to the 8. So the Bears will turn it over on downs, but it'll keep JP Stevens backed up in their own territory. So on successive drives here, each team turned the ball over on downs. Well, we have this moment here in the break of the action. We can just, again, thank the EBTV technical crew. This game is going to be rebroadcast. It's going to be available on demand. Go to the EBTV website, ebtv.org. Click the video on demand menu, and you can access all the East Brunswick High School athletics, community programming, municipal and school board meetings, all on ebtv.org. Kamal Singleton, again, in the shotgun with Dixon behind him, set deep. Straight handoff, trying to break it around the outside and drop for maybe a 2-yard loss there, or 2-yard gain, excuse me. Tackled on the play by Johnny Font. Again, a lot of substitutions here. Pickup of 2, 2nd and 8. The snap, hand off around the outside, and a group of green there. '78 for the Bears, Justin Scott. And it'll bring up a 3rd down. JP Stevens needs to get to the 18-yard line. I should say 18-yard line. So going to be a 3rd down and about 8. Three wide receivers going to split to the top of the screen. 1 to the bottom. Single setback. Singleton looking, rolling, looking to get some room to throw. No, he's going to take it himself. He'll have room for the 1st down, enough for the 1st down, trying to break away, gets across the 30-yard line. So Singleton didn't find anybody open downfield, broke it off of broke containment there and ran it up the sideline, the far sideline, and got the Hawks a first down. Minute left to go in this third quarter. Again, by agreement with the officials, we're playing running clock. In cases, it's mandated when it's 30, when the lead is 35, but both teams agreed. So this conceivably could be the last play of the third quarter, 1st and 10. Singleton with the handoff. Dixon gets about 7. So it'll be a 2nd down and 3. And they are just going to let this clock run. We'll switch sides and pick up the fourth quarter action from the other side. And that is the end of the third quarter. No scoring in the third quarter. But our overall score is the Bears 33 and the Hawks of J.P. Stevens no score. Some more news about East Brunswick High School athletics. The gymnastics team and Coach Murray. They're currently 6-1, and their next meet will be on the 17th, on Thursday the 17th at South Brunswick at 4:30. I'd like to give our thanks to Coach Rosner and the varsity cheerleaders. And the boys and girls cross-country teams will be heading to Thompson Park for the GMC Championships on the 26th of October. Start time there, 10 a.m. So the fall sports season now in full swing, starting to get to that nervous time of playoff seedings. I know there was a meeting, some of the coaches were meeting and the athletic directors were meeting here at the high school, East Brunswick High School. I overheard them in the media center talking about some kind of seeding for some of the sports. So we have a 2nd down and 7. 2nd and 7. High snap. Singleton gets back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Maybe a yard loss. See where they spotted. It's going to spot the ball in the 35. So they gave him a little bit of a gain, but it's going to be a 3rd down and a long 3. Wide receivers split to the bottom of the screen, one at the top. Man in the slot. Roll. Chucking it deep. 2 men in the area. And too far. Noriano Smith is the only person. Or is that? No, it's not Noriano Smith. Yeah, is that? It'll be 4th down. That's 21 on the play. That's Dylan Lugo. 4th down. And long 3. If pattern holds here, we're going to see a keeper or a quick jet sweep here maybe. Try to pick up the 3 yards and get that 1st down. High snap. And Dixon gets out past the 1st down marker, but a penalty flag on the play. Clock will stop as we hear about the penalty. Penalty was thrown some kind of block or some kind of problem there. We'll listen in on Bill Vazzosi. Okay.
Holding, offense number 2, 10-yard penalty from the spot of foul. First down.
All right, so they say that the holding penalty was so far downfield that the 10-yard mark-off still gives the Hawks a first down. Now, ball's spotted now at the 44. Hawks are moving the ball. It's a little more confident than they did in that first half. Number 11, Charles Dixon is 5'9", 175 running back. Going to come out now. Been doing a lot of the handoffs from Singleton. Three wide receivers to the bottom of the screen. One to the top, single setback offset. The handoff to Priester. Chase Priester. Johnny Funt wraps him up right at midfield. So we'll end up with a 3rd down and 4. JP Stevens got to get to the 46-yard line. So it's a 3rd and 4. Clock is close to the 8-minute mark. The clock on the screen is unofficial, but it is running clock because of the score. Third and four, excuse me, 3rd and 4. First man in there was, for the Bears, number 70. Dominic Sclafani. Sclafani came in and knocked the running back, and what do we have here? Oh, injury on the field. And then it was finished off by someone on the interior there of the Bears, maybe number 35, Ethan Keith. So the ball will be spotted for a couple of yard loss at the 47-yard line. Injury on the play. Getting up now, just a little shaken up for wear. So the timeout gives a chance for JP Stevens to figure out a 4th down play. It's about a 4th down and 8 or 4th and 7, long 7, short 8. So 4th down play here. See if the Bears put any more pressure here with their second unit here on defense. Singleton pitches back. And Ethan Keith low, and Dominic Lugo, looks like number 21 there, came up high, knocked him out of bounds at right around midfield. So the Bears will take over, as that ball got to about the 49, so it didn't even cross midfield. So Bears will take over, 1st and 10. Gianfranco DeGuida now takes over as quarterback. Timeout. A little bit of confusion on the Bears' part here. I don't think they had the right number of people on. Noriano Smith is coming out. So we definitely do have mass substitutions here. So we'll make sure we give these guys some screen time. I believe that is the first Bears timeout of the half. So your backfield now, the quarterback, number 11, Gianfranco De Guida, sophomore. And your running backs lining up behind 33, Anthony Skiangula, Jaden Phillip, 34, and Ethan Keith, 35, as your wishbone backfield there for the Bears. 1st and 10. Whistle before the play. Timeout before the play. Timeout. J.P. Stevens. All right, figure that one out, but take a timeout off the board for J.P. See Coach Andy Steinfeld there in the middle. Yep, this is the second unit coming out, third unit even. So everybody's got to pay attention here. Joining is Zach Thomas, 44. Jaden Phillip, 34, takes it across midfield down to the 47-yard line. So gain of 2, 2nd and 8. Handoff inside. Hold on. Drop for maybe a 1 or 2 yard loss there is Skiangula. Anthony Skiangula, the senior, getting a chance to play there. Skiangula. No gain, and that's generous, or so maybe 1 yard. Bears need to get to the just inside the 40. Wide pitch. Some room, some blocking downfield. 1st down yardage and more. Down the sideline. Can he break it? He does. Gets down there. No flags on the play. Staying in bounds. And rumbling, stumbling for 46 yards is... running a little out of breath, looks like too, is Anthony Skiangula. Good blocking downfield. The Bears, if you rewind this and watch it on demand, there was some good blocks there as he broke outside and then managed to stay in bounds. So, new kicker here. The spot, the hold, the kick is up. And that's Alex Bogolamy. Puts it through, and the Bears are now up 40-0. So the Bears with 6 rushing touchdowns. And aside from the one long pass play to Kennedy, I don't remember another pass play. I do not remember another pass play. And that pass play went for about 56 yards. The rest has been all running. Bears got good field position there because of the turnover on downs. So Alex Bogolmi will kick it off. And we definitely need to get there all.
Brings down an athletic program. Yeah. If that's what you're saying. Yeah, no, yeah. And we're not there. We're not at JP Stevens. Oh, yeah, I know that. That I know. That I know.
Line drive.
The baseball
Skips.
has always been solid, yeah. Basketball solid, yeah.
And they're going to probably get him for a horse collar tackle there, grabbing around the jersey up there by the neck. So that is a flag on the play. Our referee is Bill Vazzosi.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the kicking team. 15 yards from the end of the run, first down.
And we'll thank him for allowing us to mic him up during the penalty calls to get a good explanation. They'll mark the so in the second half, Bears have a couple of penalties, one for unsportsmanlike and another for timeout East Brunswick. Again, with so many substitutions on there and not knowing who's on what side, and that it looks like we only had about 8 guys out there on defense. Four minutes and change. Yeah, as you see one of the defensive coaches, I think that's Alan Groscholtz there, kind of counting bodies, and he's saying 1, 2, 3, 4. You gotta make sure they have 11. And right now there's 3, 6, 10. So you gotta figure out who you need and get somebody out there to play. Just play middle linebacker. Get out there. Play linebacker. Okay. Thanks, Coach. First and 10. Good pursuit there and a tackle for the loss by the Bears, number 56, Ryan Semple. Loss on the play. So 2nd and 13. Nyrek Griffith is back now as quarterback. Takes that hand off. Good wrap-up tackle there on Clarence Dixon on the play. Zane Zoer with the tackle. Comes hobbling off, though. Loss brings it, makes it 3rd and 18. JP Stevens needs to get to the 48-yard line of the Bears. Set, the snap. Runs around the outside, gonna break contain. Gets down the sideline, gets knocked out of bounds. Does have enough for the first down. As he gets across midfield to about the 46-yard line. Clock still running. Snap, pitch. Getting to about the 38-yard line. A little bit short of the first down is Clarence Dixon. 1 minute. Yeah, the clock on the screen is unofficial. We're trying out all the new technology. It's not quite in sync with the scoreboard. But we are playing with the running clock here. 2nd and 2. And running out of bounds, but having enough for the first down. Naira Griffith. So, barring anything unforeseen, one play. Inside handoff. Tackled inbounds at the 27. And that is our ball game. Final score. Yeah, the Bears 40, Hawks 0. Bears with a clean sheet there, a shutout. Have to look at our records to see when the last time the Bears pitched a shutout here at J. Doyle or in the regular season football. But Bears will advance their record to 2-3. JP Stevens falls to 0-6. We'll be back here in 2 weeks for our next home game on the 25th, homecoming. So Bears looking to get some positive momentum before the seeding for any state playoff action. And you see the players shaking hands. A pretty clean game, except some penalties toward the end there. But Bears get rushing touchdowns, 7 rushing touchdowns, or 6 rushing touchdowns, mixed a couple of extra points in the process. Didn't really have to go to the air, as Zebro, I think, only had 1 pass attempt, and it was a long completion. So, again, the Bears victorious here against JP Stevens. I'd like to give a shout-out and a thank you again to the EBTV technical crew who come out a couple hours before the game to set everything up, and they'll be breaking it down. So our final score again is the Bears of East Brunswick 40, JP Stevens Hawks 0. I'm Ken Saroka, wishing all you a good evening from EBTV.